putting that thing there just so my shirt has a place to hang. My camera is really cold, but so are my fingers. I was outside, and let me tell you, it is cold outside. Even though I had 4 layers of clothing, those are just 2, I was still cold when cycling. And I took the bike, because the bike is just a lot faster than the bus. Yeah, that's just how it works, because like the bus doesn't take you directly from where you are to where you need to be. You can take a taxi, however that's even more expensive. And I would argue in the city, most of the times, not even faster than the bike, if you know your way and if you're motivated to cycle fast. Okay, so that's my reason for taking the bike. Now, I do have such a nice thing, if I find it, which is a card which allows me to go with with the GVB. So I have a valid bus ticket for 4 months, and I paid 112 euros for it. Not true, there was still a sponsoring from the city because I live here. I think 30 euros. So let's say I paid like 80 something, which is still a lot of money, but I thought as winter is coming, I should get that. And that was in October. Yep, 7th of October. 7th of October. This is when this statistic starts. Now, I started to write down how often I took the bus. And I wrote down how many single journeys I did. And then I also wrote down how many like day tickets I would have purchased, just to make working with the statistics easier. And one very important thing I also write down is how many possible 1-hour tickets I could have used. This is for the simple reason that if you have a valid bus ticket, you are more likely to take the bus instead of the bike. Because obviously you don't have to pay for the bus anyway, but if you would have to pay, you would just take the bike. Because it's just a little cold, but I can still take the bike and it's fine. So I wanted to also note down how many possible, so what's the minimal number of bus journeys I would have taken today. And so I made this statistic here, and yeah, it has a lot of zeros in there. Do you see that? So in the beginning I took the bus a few times, then the weather got really, really nice, and there's all zeros, so I never took the bus. Then it got cold for 1 day, or no, it got colder, so for 1 day I took the bus, only to realize, well, this is taking longer, and also I can just wear more, so let's switch back to the bike. And then comes another part where I just take the bike. And then, funny story, there was one Saturday where I took the bus, I don't know for which reason, but on that Saturday, oh yeah, that was to get up to Wi-Fi, where I had the exam. But on that day, the buses were free anyway, because it was a Saturday. And I don't know, but the city sponsors Saturday bus tickets, so people take the bus to go shopping now at Christmas time. So yeah, possible journeys I wrote 0 because I would have had to pay nothing for the bus. So with this information you can do a lot of things. You can, for instance, calculate how much you would have paid if you would have gotten a single ticket every time. These are 68 euros. So still, even if I would have taken a single ticket every time, I would still be better off than I am with the 4-month thing. And that's the main reason why I have this statistics. I want to know if it was a good idea to buy this thing. Because I'll definitely not buy one in summer, but in winter I thought, yeah, it's probably cheaper to have it. But as for now, and I mean, in 3 weeks there is Christmas break, so we will see if I break even here. With only day tickets I would have paid 55 euros, and the ideal thing, so paying a day ticket if I use more than 3 rides, or more or equal to 3 rides, because one day ticket is 5 euros and the single ticket is 220, I would have paid 51. And then with the cheapest possible price, so if I would have always taken the bike, if I could have, I would only have paid less than 10 euros. So for now, it looks like buying these is a waste of money for me, because I just always take the bike. And I mean, now you could argue, well, now that you have the ticket, why don't just take the bus? And yes, that is something people actually do. There's one of these, like, where the brain is acting weird or not rationally. Let me give you an example, so you might understand better what I mean. I heard this example with tennis courts, right? So it was winter and there's an indoor tennis court that you have to pay for. But there are equally good outdoor tennis courts which are free to use. And playing tennis outdoor is usually nicer than playing indoors. Now, you reserved a spot in the indoor court and you already paid for it, and now you go to the tennis area, but the outdoor courts are free, available, I mean, so there's nobody playing there. And you could go play there, but then you go inside just because you have already paid for your indoor court. Even though you could just go outside and have a better court, basically. But you already paid for the one indoors, so you want to use the one indoors. And that's something I don't want to do with that bus ticket. Even if I have paid for the bus, I still prefer my bike. Because it's faster and I think it's healthier. So it's exercise. And in the bus, you know, there's all these sick people and other people that you can get sick of. But, you know, I have a strong immune system, so that wouldn't be a problem. But the main reason is I'm just faster with my bike, so why wouldn't I use the bike? Speaking of bike usage, I also wrote down how often I took the bike. So in case I would only use the bus, I could just take the bike rides and say every time I took the bike I should have taken the bus and shit. But with this statistic you can also see how many hours approximately you spend on your bike if you say every bike ride is about 20 minutes. And that's a lower bound, because like usually my bike rides are 20 to 25, 30. Because the shortest one is 17 minutes to university, but with full speed, and I usually don't take full speed. So 20 minutes to university is a good average, and usually I don't only go to university but further away, so Uzi or something. So 20 minutes is I would say a lower bound, and with 20 minutes per ride I spent 56 hours on my bike since the 7th of October. On average, those are more than an hour. It's more than an hour per day on my bike. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. On some days I'm really a lot on my bike. But yeah, I prefer it that way. I like it that way. And I like that I have this statistic, because now I can reason about stuff. And I can say that it's probably not a good idea to buy these again. Yep. You never stop learning. Right. Okay, I think that's been enough rambling for today. Tomorrow you'll probably, hopefully, see me at the Meerscheinschlössl, where I have an improv gig. Till then, make your back up.